Hello everyone, I am Nanda Arif Maulana, a student at the Indonesian Technocrat University, Faculty of Engineering and Computer Science, Information Systems Study Program. This time I will explain a little about business continuity audit and disaster recovery. 1. Business continuity and disaster recovery, BCDR, audit is a systematic evaluation process that aims to ensure that an organization has an effective strategy to maintain operational continuity in the face of unexpected disasters or disruptions. Here is a business continuity and disaster recovery audit. Audit objectives. Business continuity and disaster recovery audits aim to evaluate the effectiveness of the business continuity plans and disaster recovery strategies that have been implemented by the organization. This includes assessing the extent to which organizations have prepared to deal with various types of disasters, from fires to cyber attacks. Key components. A BCDR audit includes an assessment of various critical components of a business continuity plan, such as risk identification, recovery planning, information technology infrastructure, human resource management, and crisis communications processes. Risk identification. Auditors will evaluate whether the organization has identified risks that may disrupt business operations, such as natural disasters, system failures, or other external disruptions. This involves risk analysis and prioritization in addressing those risks. Recovery planning. The audit will also examine the recovery plan that the organization has prepared. This includes concrete steps to be taken in response to disasters, system recovery, and full operational recovery. Infrastructure and technology. The auditor will assess whether the organization's information technology infrastructure is prepared to support operational continuity. This includes the existence of backup systems, redundancy, and the security measures implemented. Human resource management. The audit also includes an assessment of the readiness of the organization's human resources in dealing with disasters. This includes training employees in business continuity procedures and their role during an emergency. Crisis communication process. Another aspect assessed in the audit is the effectiveness of the organization's crisis communication system. It includes steps to provide information to employees, customers, and other stakeholders during emergency situations. Recommendations and improvements. The results of the audit will produce recommendations for improvements and enhancements in the business continuity plan and disaster recovery strategy. Organizations can use these findings to improve the effectiveness of their plans for dealing with future emergency situations. Testing and drilling. Audits will also evaluate the extent to which organizations have conducted regular testing and drills on their business continuity plans. This exercise is important to ensure that all parties involved understand their roles and the procedures to follow when a disaster occurs. Performance measurement. Audits may include an assessment of performance metrics or indicators used to evaluate the effectiveness of business continuity and disaster recovery plans. This includes recovery time, recovery success rate, and the financial impact of operational disruptions. Regulatory compliance. Auditors will check whether the organization complies with all regulations and standards related to business continuity and disaster recovery. This includes government regulations, industry standards, and contractual requirements with third parties. Periodic updates and reviews. Audits will also evaluate the sustainability of business continuity and disaster recovery plans through regular updates and reviews. Organizations need to ensure that their plans remain relevant and effective as the business and technology environment changes. Emergency response readiness. In addition to the formal recovery plan, the audit will also assess the organization's readiness to respond quickly and effectively to emergencies. This includes the existence of an emergency response team, emergency equipment, and procedures for evacuation or handling other emergency situations. Continuity of supply. Another important aspect that can be included in an audit is continuity of supply, that is, the continued supply of goods and services required for business operations. This involves evaluating the sustainability of the supply chain and mitigating associated risks. Collaboration with external parties. The audit will also evaluate the organization's collaboration with external parties, such as suppliers, business partners, and disaster management agencies. This collaboration is important to improve the organization's ability to face and recover from disasters. Evaluation of data and information systems. The audit will also include an evaluation of the security and integrity of the organization's data and the information systems used. This includes recovery of critical data, the existence of a reliable backup system, and protection against security threats such as cyber attacks. Cost and impact analysis. An audit may also include an analysis of the costs and impact of a potential disaster on business operations. This helps organizations to identify necessary investments in risk mitigation and disaster recovery efforts, as well as gain a better understanding of potential financial losses. Vendor and contractor management. The audit will evaluate how the organization manages relationships with vendors and contractors involved in business operations. This includes ensuring that contractors have their own business continuity plans and can contribute to the organization's recovery efforts when a disaster strikes. Data recovery readiness. A crucial aspect of an audit is the evaluation of an organization's readiness for critical data recovery. This involves identifying data that is critical to business operations, regular backup measures, as well as proven and reliable data recovery procedures. Legal and compliance aspects. The audit will also examine legal and compliance aspects related to business continuity and disaster recovery. This includes compliance with data privacy regulations, disaster reporting requirements to regulatory authorities, and other legal obligations in the face of disasters. Continuous learning and improvement. Audits focus not only on current assessments, but also on continuous learning and improvement. Organizations are expected to take lessons from the audit and use the results to continually improve their business continuity and disaster recovery plans in the future. Management of external communications. The audit will also evaluate how the organization manages external communications during an emergency or disaster. This includes communications with customers, the media, authorities, and the general public to provide accurate information and minimize negative reputational impacts. Testing different scenarios. In addition to testing recovery plans, audits can include evaluation of various possible disaster scenarios. This includes scenarios such as loss of key infrastructure, loss of key personnel, or sophisticated cyber attacks, so organizations can ensure that their plans can adapt to a variety of situations. Monitoring and follow-up. Once the audit is complete, the next step is monitoring and follow-up on the recommendations provided. Organizations need to establish regular monitoring processes to ensure that their business continuity and disaster recovery plans remain relevant and effective over time. Review of policies and procedures. The audit will evaluate the organization's policies and procedures related to business continuity and disaster recovery. This includes evacuation procedures, remote work arrangements, data recovery policies, and personnel roles and responsibilities in emergency situations. Physical recovery readiness. In addition to operational and data recovery, the audit will also evaluate the organization's readiness for physical recovery, such as the recovery of buildings and operational facilities after a physical disaster such as an earthquake or flood. Evacuation and evacuation plans. The audit will evaluate the existence and effectiveness of the organization's evacuation and evacuation plans. This includes planning evacuation routes, meeting points, as well as measures to ensure the safety and well-being of employees and visitors.